Welcome to my podcast, Over 40 and Fabulous, the show that helps you live your best life no matter your age. I'm Robin Thomas, lifestyle and wellness expert and a community leader in holistic health. I'm the founder of Living Well Connections, a healthy living community that supports, educates, and empowers us all to make healthy decisions toward a more balanced and fulfilling life. I have a background in medical research, and I love exploring the interplay of our physical, mental, and spiritual selves. This weekly show is your haven for real talk, science-based solutions, and inspiration from women who get it.
Hello, fabulous friends. Welcome to the very first episode of Over 40 and Fabulous. I'm so glad you're here. Today we're getting personal with a topic close to my own heart, owning my story and inspiring yours, no matter what your age. Buckle up, ladies, because this one's about embracing our journeys, learning from our stumbles, and igniting the fire within. Ready to rewrite the script on fabulous? Let's do it. Today we're going to be talking about getting started on a new path of wellness. When we let ourselves sink physically and mentally because of past experiences, it can be difficult to get back on track. As we age, we often settle into a routine that doesn't serve us well. We may feel like we're stuck in a rut and we may not know where to start. But listen, you're not alone in this. Being fabulous is about how to move beyond the rut, how to reawaken our inner spark, and how to build a community of support that helps us all thrive, not just survive. At the end of the day, our wellness journey is about discovering our own vibrancy together. Just like you, my own story is filled with twists and turns. One of my greatest challenges that had the ability to take over my life is related to parenting. My husband and I have two wonderful adult sons. Since being out in nature is so important to us, we spent lots of time playing outside, gardening, and going on outdoor camping adventures together. Most of our food came from my garden, and I love discovering new recipes for the fresh produce. When my younger son was only 17 months old, he was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. Since my husband and I are both familiar with the health sciences, we thought we had this. Unfortunately, his young age and the lack of proper resources to keep his blood sugar stable resulted in an acquired brain injury that changed the trajectory of his life. Still, we moved forward and continued with our lives, even more determined to keep eating healthy and enjoying outdoor adventures. Then I hit a pothole that changed our whole lives. My younger son, who was only 12 at the time, developed a severe anxiety disorder related to his multiple health challenges. We took him to a psychiatrist who prescribed psychotropic medications to help with his anxiety and his panic attacks. In hindsight, these drugs were not the right approach for my son. Those were very dark days for me. I was so focused on my son and his health that I completely forgot about my own. I was eating out of the vending machine at work for lunch, and I was using way too many convenience foods at home. I simply didn't feel like I had the energy to think about healthier foods. As my son's regression continued, so did I, both physically and mentally. It got so bad that I struggled to get out of bed in the morning. This was my story, but here's the thing. In that darkness, something profound took root. Resilience. Like oak trees with deep roots that allow you to be strong and grounded, but also have the flexibility to withstand strong winds. If you're facing a challenge in your life, it's important to remember that you're not alone. Everyone has their own unique journey. The important thing is to learn from your challenges and to use them as motivation to make positive changes in your life. Even though I still have challenges today, I have learned how to acknowledge them, take action steps to alleviate them, and move forward. I learned that when we develop resilience, we feel lighter and freer. We're also more likely to make changes in our lives and pursue our dreams. In a little bit, I'll share 3 tips that help me overcome my own struggles and discover how to live my best life with no regrets.
Hello, fantastic friends. This is Robin Thomas, and I'm interrupting this episode to share a wonderful guide I've written to help myself and others get started with any health transformation, called 5 Ways to Get Started with Healthy Habits Without Getting Overwhelmed. This free guide leads you through 5 small steps that will allow you to ease into healthy habits until they become a natural part of your life. It's wonderful if you're just not quite sure how to get started. As you feel better, you'll become comfortable with your healthy habits and begin an upward spiral momentum of wellness. As a bonus, you'll be invited to join my healthy living community on Facebook, Living Well Connections, where you will find more information and heart-centered support for living your best life. To get this helpful guide, go to robinthomas.biz/community-support, and I'll put it in the show notes too. Drop in your email and it'll arrive straight in your inbox. Now, let's get back to the podcast.
My first tip is to find one healthy habit that you can adopt to get started on a healthier you. It could be any healthy habit, as each beginning leads to a stronger you with energy and joy. Sometimes something as simple as drinking water instead of sodas, learning something new to keep your brain active and young, or starting a gratitude practice can make a huge difference in your life. When I was in my early 40s, desperate to help my son who could not cope with middle school, I started homeschooling him. When I realized I could not function working in the lab while teaching my son, I left my career in medical research to start my own wellness business with USANA Health Sciences. Little did I know at the time that this one step I was taking would make a huge difference in my life, my health, and my own well-being. Simply by taking this little packet of supplements every day. Tip 2, be consistent. It's important to be consistent with your healthy habits. It takes time and effort to make lasting changes. Whatever habit you decide to change, it takes time and consistency. For example, eating broccoli one day doesn't change your health. Neither does one day of exercise increase your cardiovascular health. My first step was to start taking one of these USANA Health packs a day consistently. This provided the incentive to add other habits into my life. Did I notice any changes right away? Of course not. Honestly, I was taking the health pack simply because it was part of my business to experience the products I was going to represent. It took many weeks before I realized one day that I was sleeping better, waking up with more energy, and having suffered from debilitating migraines for 20 years, I was having fewer of them. My third tip is to be kind to yourself. It's important to be kind to yourself as you make changes in your life. Remember, you've already lived a full life, and you've probably been caring for others for many years. Now it's time to take care of yourself. Be kind as you make changes in your life and respect yourself as your mind, soul, and body adjust to the new you. Next week, we explore how to become happier and more positive by adding 3 simple habits to train our brain.
Thank you so much for joining me at my Over 40 and Fabulous podcast. Please let me know if you have any questions about this episode. I will publish new episodes at noon Eastern on Saturdays, so you can listen and watch at your convenience. If this podcast has been helpful for you, please share it on your favorite social media platform or share directly with your fantastic friends. Bye for now, and I'll see you in the next episode.